Pull up a chair, fill up a plate, come over early, you gonna stay late. Ain't nothing better than music and friends. It's gatherings and guitars. On today's episode of Gatherings and Guitars, Jennifer talks with legendary Texas songwriter Courtney Patton. They talk about her brand new album, some life wisdom that she's gained over the years, and what life looks like as the kids grow up and move out. It's episode 11 of Gatherings and Guitars.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us again. Gatherings and Guitars here. And we have the privilege and honor of having a sweet, sweet friend, Courtney Patton here. Hi. So glad you're here tonight.
I know.
And it's like springtime outside.
It is springtime, and it is bright and sunny and so nice. Last time it was Christmas when I was here. So.
Yes, you've always been here in the winter.
I have.
It's crazy.
This is awesome.
Which is dark and...
Which I love.
Great.
Yeah.
Yes,
but
great.
And you were also discussing, I think you were not doing a Christmas tree. Because you were either traveling or you were like, we're too busy.
We did.
And you
before last.
You took whatever we had out in the barn for the show
ladder
and brought it in.
Mm-hmm. It was an old antique ladder. It
was very cool, though.
Ricky was very sweet, and he wrapped the whole thing down with lights, and it made the cute little Christmas tree, and he brought it inside, and that was our Christmas tree last year. I will say, unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately, this was the very first year in our marriage that we did a fake tree.
Did it make you sad?
It did make me sad, but he loved every second of it.
Pre-lit, I'm assuming, as well.
It was.
Yeah.
And I did not purchase it. I wouldn't commit to that. So a good friend of mine moved out of her big old house, and she was like, well, I've got this big, 14-foot tree. You want it?
Yep.
Okay, we'll use it. Made him so happy.
Yeah.
Do you know how hard it is to do a live tree? I mean, it's a 3-day process.
And we have allergies in our home. And my ex-husband the kid's dad would always, it's funny, I have to differentiate now. Yeah. I always say that. Which one? Okay. So the kid's dad loved real trees, grew up with real trees. I grew up with artificial trees. So we just didn't know any different. My kids had terrible allergies. And I'm talking double ear infections, fever, snot, croup. Nope, not the tree. It's not Christmas tree's fault. Yeah, they were allergic to the trees.
Oh my gosh.
We pushed through. Poor baby's got tubes in their ears so we could have those dadgum real trees.
Oh my
gosh. I don't know that it was the tree's fault, but they did have allergies. So
that's precious.
But I do miss the smell. I don't miss the mess.
Right.
And I don't miss how sad the tree is by the end of the season.
Truly.
When you make it, it's so beautiful, and you'll hear an ornament fall in the middle of the night. And you're like, no, the limbs are just dying, and I can't remember to water it. Did I cut it enough? And did I put orange juice or whatever you're supposed to put on the trunk?
Orange juice or 7-Up.
Yeah.
7-Up. Anyway, oh my gosh, we digress. It's not Christmas time. It's springtime.
That's right.
It's gorgeous. It is so green out there.
It's so green.
This is my favorite time of year in Texas. My whole life, fall was always my favorite time of year because we lived in Arkansas and we lived in Kentucky. And, the foliage and the seasons are just so beautiful there. And we're in the mountains. But living here in flat-ass Texas... spring is now my favorite.
Mine is also now spring. It used to be fall, but I think mine is more of a coming to middle age and just maybe appreciating things, taking a rest and then coming back new.
Is that it? I think
that's it.
It's at our age.
I think it might be our age that we're appreciating
it's not
growth.
Flat-ass Texas.
Yeah. We appreciate things coming back to life.
We do.
After maybe a little seasonal depression sesh. I don't know. It's always like things are green again. It's
wonderful to go out every day on the porch or driving home every day and seeing, you can literally watch the trees budding.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
I know. We went out of town for 3 days and came back and the leaves, there were the tassels.
Yes.
And 3 days later, it was a full oak tree. Yeah. Just like, there's a tree again. It's awesome. It happened so quickly. So.
It's so gorgeous. So you're, on the road, you have a new album.
I do.
So tell us about, you were talking about it earlier with the whole, that just makes me so happy.
So, the whole process of making a record, it's so much longer than until it comes out. So I started it, went in the studio December of 23.
Wow.
And recorded it. December's a really great month to go in the studio because I usually try to not work as much because I love being home for the holidays.
Of course.
But, my kids would go to their dad's one week and then with me one week. And so on the week they'd go to their dad's, I would book studio and go make a record. And so went back to the finishing school in Austin with Gordy Quist and Trevor Nealon from the Band of Heathens, and they were my producers. And Gordy did my last record, Electrostatic, but this time I asked Trevor if he would take the lead. We just really connected musically, and he understands that, Carole King Tapestry is one of my favorite records of all time. And so there were a lot of my deep influences that he didn't even have to talk to me about. They just made their way into the sound of this record just organically. But I had a great batch of songs that I was super proud of, and I wrote more soulfully. I was really trying to go more Bonnie Raitt, James Taylor, Carole King, Aretha, Otis. You can just hear a little bit of everything. And I've always had a dream of having a horn section on my album. And so Trevor's like, we can make it happen. I have some great guys, and they're great, and they'll come in studio. They don't need music ahead of time, because a lot of times if you hire a horn section, they need sheet music.
Right.
These guys just worked like the rest of the band did. They came in, they listened to me play the demo live, with my guitar, and talked to them about what I was hearing. And Trevor talked to them about what he was hearing. And then we went in and did it like a group. Wow. And it was so much fun. And I've had such good feedback on it. It's just completely different than anything I've ever done. And really felt like it was a big breakthrough for me. I got my first Rolling Stones article, which was like, I've never been in Rolling Stone before. So that was really fun. And yeah, it's just been really good. But in contrast to other records, I didn't tour it. I didn't do a big album release tour because I have a senior in high school, and I chose to stay home and be a mom. She did, as you know, because your kids did it, ag mechanics, and she had ag shows for January and February and into March. And then as soon as that was over, we were straight into track season. Yeah. And so now we're just won our area track meet today, first place in high jump, and we're going to regionals next week in Lubbock. And she's just, it's going so fast, and she's my last one.
It is fast.
I don't like missing things as a mama.
No. Especially once the senior year, when February hits. Mm-hmm. All 3 times I remember.
It's just flying.
Once February hits, it's non-stop.
It's pretty unbelievable. I'm having a hard time wrapping my mind around the fact that it's just, 5 or 6 weeks away till she walks.
Well, I will tell you, having 3 kids and all 3 of them, of course, gone and married, and now we have grandbabies.
Literally here tonight.
Literally here tonight.
While your children are at a concert.
And not mine. No. Yes, they're in Stillwater.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We all would be if we could. So.
Yeah. But that, I've said so many times that I think God takes you through all these transitions in the senior year of your kid, of mourning and grieving, and then you want to kill them. Mm-hmm. Like literally want to kill them. I think it's
preparation for them to leave.
It is. Yeah. He totally gets you prepared by hating them. And then you come back to, I love you, I adore you, I don't want you to leave, but you're way more balanced than you were before you were like, oh, get out.
Right.
But, and so the first 2 to 3 months are a little weird after they're all gone. I'm talking the last one. Once Lucas was gone, the first couple of months were kind of like, oh, what do we do? We're extremely busy, and so are you. Sure. So your life keeps going, but there's definitely this
quietness
void
in the house. I'm not looking forward to that, and not having anyone to feed, and
just that is way
walking
different.
through and finding dirty clothes and going, I'm tired of folding your laundry. So my son is a junior in college, and he still lives at home because I live a block from campus. And I said, I will treat you like a roommate, not my child. So we have that respect. I want him to spread his wings. He works so hard. He works for his dad, has a CDL, and drives a big grain truck. Yeah. And he has a sweet little girlfriend, and he has a life. And we see each other, and we may have family dinner together once a week, maybe once every couple of weeks. And he is such a good kid, but he's looking for his own place. At 19, he'll be 20 in a couple of weeks, and he's trying to buy his first home, and he has the money to do it. He's a very impressive kid.
Good
I know.
job, Mama.
I know. Well, and thanks to
And
his
Daddy,
dad, because
yeah.
his dad very much was like, you can do this. We made them buy their own vehicles.
Yes.
And that was not something. I was a very spoiled child. My daddy bought my car. He paid for my college, and I paid for his college. But his dad made him buy they both bought their first vehicles, and my son's on his third vehicle, and he has a second one still. Like, he bought a little, and it's not little, it's a 91, like a old truck.
Yeah.
Old to him.
Yes.
And he is so proud of it. And then he kept it and then financed his first big Ford, you know? And so it's just been really cool to watch him be so proud. And that's what Jake always said was, he will be so proud to have done this by himself. And he is. Yeah. And so he was right about that, even though I was like, no, we got to buy him his first car.
Yeah.
So Aubrey's now in a big Ford that she paid for after buying my granny's little Trailblazer that was 20 years old, you know, hideous car that she spent $3,000 on, but that's what she could afford.
Right.
And she drove it until she could afford something else. So it's been really fun, but she will probably stay home her freshman and sophomore year as well.
Okay.
Which
so
is
you're
so
not empty nesting.
Not quite, but I am trying to, as a boundary for myself too, just go, I want you to go have fun. I don't want you to feel like you have curfew. I don't ask Peyton when he's coming home. I don't check on him. I let him be a kid. So. Yeah. But they respect me. And I don't know, it's kind of, I was sad when Peyton graduated. Now with Aubrey, I'm more excited. I think that time. Like, I've worked my whole life. I have devoted to my children. Now it's my time.
Yes.
So I'm pretty excited about that.
That was the next thing I was going to say. Truly, we have found so much fun and joy.
Yeah.
I mean, we got married at 20. We had our first child at 22. And
yeah, I was 22 when I had Peyton.
Yeah. And so now at this age, to just be us and go have fun and do the things we want to do, it's been joyous. It really has.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. Our kids kid with us all the time, and they're like, oh, are you going to be home this weekend? Yeah.
Oh, Peyton too. He goes, if you're going to keep being gone, I don't need to buy a house. He's like, I got this house to myself.
Yes. So my gosh. Now a word from our sponsors. Old Quail Run Farm is a historic Texas farmstead located in Sherman, Texas. We create authentic experiences, including farm-to-table dinners, intimate music performances, and inspired community gatherings. Come to the table and create a memory that lasts a lifetime. OldQuailRunFarm.com. Now back to the show. So with your kids transitioning and all of that, I mean, are you... do y'all try to do like Sunday lunch or anything like that?
We haven't yet. And I think just mostly because I work on the weekends, you know, so that's always harder for me. I would like to establish that. They have that with their grandparents, Tuesday night's family dinner night. And so I hope that we can move into something where we have a tradition that stands and lasts throughout them getting married and having their own children. You know, I think that's so important and something that we grew up with, and I want for my kids too. So yeah, Aubrey's been talking a little bit about, you know, when she has kids and how it will be like with me as a grandma, and you know, it's been kind of fun. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm about to be 43. How am I closer to being a grandma than I was to being a mom? I don't feel old enough. In my heart, I'm still 20, you know?
Yeah, of course. For years and years and years, I was stuck at 28 in my head.
So Jamie Lynn, you know, my bestie Jamie, she's been here. So she asked her mom one time, Mom, how old do you feel in your mind? And Joni said 29. That was the age that she said, I still feel that I am 29.
Yes.
But I know that my body, like I look in the mirror and it's not, but like my spirit is 29.
Yes. So I have felt 28 in my head for years.
I'm not quite that old yet in my head. I know it's coming, but I'm like 22-ish maybe. Yeah. Just before children. Just before children is where I'm at.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I was reading something the other day. Have you ever listened to or read anything of Kathy Heller?
No.
I love her.
Okay, I'll check her out.
So you need to. She has a podcast, and her book, Abundant Ever After, is her book, and she talks about, and she makes you go back to, what was the time in your life that you felt truly free, truly uninhibited? You didn't have the weight of the world on your shoulders. You didn't have, you know, I mean, like, when was that? When you felt completely, I've got the world by the reins, whatever. And I really took time to think about that. And she talks about, you are that person, you know? And you got to take that on and really believe that and feel that inside yourself. And that's how you continue to accomplish and do the great things and bring abundance into your life. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about, love and relationship and all the things that abundance brings.
Right.
But yeah, it was this exercise, and you got to listen to her. But
I feel like I could answer that in two ways. That I would say maybe 15-ish.
yeah,
Maybe right before I took on my first job, when I could roll down the windows and let somebody drive and not be afraid that I was going to die in a car wreck. Like before I even knew that those things existed.
yes.
And then I feel like it's coming again. I feel like it might be coming again, the freedom, I've had glimpses of it this year, and that's been really... a girlfriend came over and spent a week with me. She's caring for her father that has dementia, and so she'll take time and go stay with friends. And she just came and worked from my house for a week. She can work remotely from her job, and it helped me be more productive during the day. And she'd work in my kitchen, and then we'd get done, and we'd either cook but we'd spent so much time on my porch. So awesome. And one night we were talking, and she said, "Hey, I'm really happy right now." And I said, "Good." She goes, "I have to say it, because it helps me remember it, that right now in this moment, I'm experiencing joy." Because so many times in our life, we're worried about so many things. So I have been very aware of in the moment when I'm feeling it, I'll send her a message and I go, "Hey, I'm really happy right now." And I was alone at my house, watching my birds, having a drink on my porch, completely alone, which normally would make me really sad. And I just felt this, like my chest was full of happiness. And I just thought, I looked around and there's this app called Marco Polo, and it's a video app, but it's a chat app so that you can video and you can watch it at your leisure. It's not like a FaceTime.
Right.
So I was talking to her and she was watching, and then we were talking back and forth, and I thought, this is so, all the worries I had 30 minutes ago before I hopped on that porch and talking to her were gone. None of it mattered. And to remind myself that those things are so fleeting, and we worry ourselves, we can worry ourselves to death.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And just letting go and just being in the present moment is so freeing sometimes, because I am a chronic worrier. I have been, and I'm outgrowing it slowly, and that feels really nice.
And I think a lot of that is age.
Oh, of course.
But it's also being in tune to. One thing I keep saying out loud when I feel that way is, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I don't know how the outcome is going to be. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I don't know how my employees are going to be today.
And you can't control it no matter what.
You can't.
So my mother said something really neat. At Super Bowl Sunday, I went over to watch it with her because I didn't have anybody else to watch it with. And so she said, "Well, come over, we'll cook." And so it was my stepsister and I, and mom and stepdad. And we muted the TV and never watched the game, never watched a commercial. And we talked. And my stepsister asked her, "How did you get to a point where you stopped worrying?" Because she is a worrier.
Yeah.
And my mom said, "I worried. I controlled the kids' lives. I worried for them all the time. I thought something was always going to happen to them. And then it did. My sister died in a car accident."
Right.
She said, "No, none of my worrying and praying and putting protection over them, none of it actually made it keep it from happening." Right. She said, "So once she died, I quit worrying because I realized all of my worry was in vain, because it didn't save her, So all this time that we spend worrying is just that. The worry doesn't fix anything." And when she said that, I was like, Mom just got some ancient wisdom on, drop some wisdom during Super Bowl Sunday.
Totally.
Over these sliders I'm eating. So anyway, it was really cool.
What a beautiful thing for her to take out of such tragedy.
Agreed. And it took her a long time, I think, to come to that, because she continued she still tracks me on Life 360. But my dad's words, like today, he goes, "Well, I was going to ask you why you drove to Abilene today, but now I realize Aubrey's going to track me." Yeah, Dad, I'm here. You're not. Last year we had breakfast together. Yeah. But anyway, it's funny how everyone's handling it different. But I hope to grow into more of that, and I just remind myself of that conversation every time I feel myself feeling anxious about something that I absolutely cannot control and is usually made worse by my own mind.
100%.
So,
It is our own mind that makes us spiral. Yeah. It's not our circumstances.
No.
It's our own mind.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh my gosh, that's good.
It was good.
I'm going to think about that. Yeah, go mom. That's so good. Wow. Okay, so you've got the new out. It's called what?
Carry You With Me, which
Carry
is
You With
a
Me.
song about my late sister that I wrote in the desert when I was in Joshua Tree. So,
There's been so much good stuff come out of Joshua Tree.
I know.
By so many wonderful people.
Yeah.
Wonderful people have written so many good things out of Joshua Tree. Okay, so y'all, you can find it on
my website, CourtneyPatton.com. It's on anywhere you can stream music, Spotify,
Yeah.
Apple Music, Amazon, whatever. It really, I think anywhere.
And do you have it on an album?
I do. Physical, you can buy that from my
Physical
website.
vibe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so wonderful. We buy those whenever we can for Lucas. Years ago, when Lucas was like 10th grade, we got him a record player. And so anytime we're in antique shops or any artists that have come here that have LPs, he always buys them.
Good.
He loves listening to.
This new one's real good on vinyl.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'll have to get it for him tonight while you're here. Yeah, because we've listened to it. Of course, we've streamed it and listened to it live, or not live, but whatever. Spotify, Apple, you can listen to Courtney.
That's right.
So where are you going to be coming up soon?
Well, we were just talking about that festival I announced
I know.
today,
I'm super
8750
excited
in
about
Red
it.
River. I'm very excited about that. And I'm doing the Born and Raised Festival in Pryor in September. And I'm just playing a lot of shows kind of here and there. The Levitt Pavilion in Arlington on May 30th. I'm doing a big full band show there. And I think I'm doing one with the horn section in Crescent.
Where? Ricky's going to be
May
there.
25th. It's 2 days after my daughter graduates. It's a Sunday.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a Sunday because
But you'll
Hayden's
still be
birthday is
in-
May
Will
24th.
you be back from your trip?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No, I go for 30 days in October.
Oh, okay. We got time.
This in April, I'm only gone for 8 days.
Perfect.
9 days.
Well, then
yeah.
you'll be back.
Okay, May 25th.
It's
Put it in the
a little
calendar.
festival called Newell Fest, and I'm closing it out on Sunday. So, and I've got the Heathens, the guys. They're my band. So yeah, it's basically Seth James's band is my band.
Okay.
So that'll be fun. They did my album release shows with me, and we had a blast. So they were all on board to do that. So I'm pretty excited. So yeah, it'll be fun.
That'll be awesome. Well, if
In Crescent, Texas. Yeah.
okay, and Red River. What's it called? The
8750.
8750.
Yeah, I think that's the altitude.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why.
That's the altitude.
That's why.
It's got a
I
little
wondered.
apostrophe next to it for the feet, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. I forgot to put that when I posted it, but I noticed it on the poster that it's got the next to it. So.
Okay. No,
Charlie
no. Totally different.
Yeah, I think it's
It's
the Red
a
River
lot of
folks.
artists. 4 days.
Oh yeah.
And I mean,
Adam
it's-
Hood's doing it. Kelly McQuee. I think
All the good ones.
Heathens might be there.
Topo guys.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. Walt.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Great.
It's a great lineup. Thursday through Sunday.
I went because of your post. I went online to see about vendorship because I'd love to set up and try to sell books.
You should. That would be great. That's the
Yeah.
clientele too. You know.
Exactly. Yeah. Of course, next year would be even better with all of y'all in it. But because Topo Chico Cowboys, Walt will be in it.
Sure.
You'll be all of these
Yeah.
guys will be in it. So.
That's awesome.
I know.
Yay.
I'm so excited. So, what recipe are you going to put in the book?
I think I'm leaning towards Mom's sour cream chicken enchiladas because it's not a Tex-Mex recipe. And I don't know where she got it from. It doesn't eat to me. It's something I've eaten my entire life. It's what I make when I have friends that need funeral food or
Yes.
somebody's had surgery or, they just need a little extra love and care. I make a pan of that. And my college roommate messaged me about 2 weeks ago and we called each other B. It's a long story that I don't need to go into, but she goes, B, I made your sour cream chicken enchiladas tonight and I thought of you the whole time. So it's sweet. It's already being passed down through my friend group. So yeah, I think I'd like to share that one.
That's awesome.
Because it's special to me. Yeah.
Yeah. So, the new book coming out this fall, Gatherings and Guitars Texas Edition, I think is what we're calling it.
Yay.
I was going to call it Red Dirt Edition.
Okay. I think Texas is
But
better.
I think Texas
We're
Edition.
not, I'm not red dirt.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
There's so many of you guys
We're
that are
down
in
south.
the book.
Yeah.
Right. That it's not actually red dirt.
Yeah.
So,
That would have to be all those people that are up in Stillwater right now.
exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, coming out this fall. And Courtney, of course, will have a chapter in there.
Yeah.
And we'll put all the recipes from the dinner tonight in that chapter. And then Courtney will give us a little recipe.
Yeah.
Bailey Ray is here tonight. She is opening for Courtney, and she's going to contribute a recipe too.
Yay.
And be a part of that chapter. So, lots of wonderful women in Texas
I'm so
music.
excited. We really do.
Really?
We really do
Really,
have
really,
a good
really.
group.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's so good. All right. So, guys, go follow Courtney on her Instagram and YouTube,
Facebook,
all the things.
I'm a little slow on the YouTube train. I'm trying to build it up. So come find me and help me.
Now that we have a podcast, I have a YouTube finally. But
it's good. You and I
TikTok.
can encourage each other.
No, me either.
Or a Snapchat. I'm like, I can't look. My productivity is already decreasing. Like let's keep the focus on the good stuff. It's too much.
It's so much.
And my kids are on it, so they'd be like, "Mom, that's cringe." That's what they would say. So.
Yes.
I won't be too cringe.
I've made 2 TikTok posts, and one was about a dog. So
yeah,
it's okay.
You're cooler than me. I've been told that this is the thing, and I'm like, well, maybe I don't need to play the thing.
Exactly.
Maybe this doesn't need to be something for me.
Yeah.
So.
Oh my gosh! Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again.
Thanks
I'm so
for
excited
with us.
Yep.
And guys, stay tuned. We're going to listen to a little bit of Courtney playing in the barn, and we'll see you next time.
Not created nor destroyed. I never found to leave this place, though I long to see your face one more time. But what would once more grant me but an endless case of wanting for a ladder to your clouds so I can climb? Did you know that trees have children and a language of their own? And when one of them is wounded, it can cry. I was always like this, chasing the one who won't ever look back. Baby, I know where the line is, but I've never been known for a graceful attack. I push you, pull away. I'm always the fool anyway, but I wanna be fire that burns so wild you come running and pretend to fire. You can't look away, and with one gust of wind reach some more. You waited for the timing to be right. I wish I'd planted you with sunshine and the seeds of yellow flowers, so you could spend your hours growing slow. But my grief was just too damn deep. I watched for days in awakened sleep. We boxed you up and dropped you down below. What if all that energy was just you trying to reach for me, electrostatic sideways in the night? I begged for God to show me all his rage on display before me. There you were, and the darkness turned to light.
Pull up a chair, fill up a plate, come over early, you gon' stay late. Ain't nothing better than music and friends. It's gatherings and guitars.